While most retail, which is here, is capitulating and doubting if their bags will ever go up, I'm just looking at a couple of things that tell me this is really getting freaking obvious. And this time it's not different. That means that this is the most easy way you can make money in crypto, right? Robbing banks excluded, but I don't know if that's easy. Let's get right into that. Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. Would help me a lot, would help yourself a lot. I hope you have a great week. And Bitcoin, it's going down a little bit. If you care about that, then you are looking at the wrong things, okay? This is an investor channel. I talk about investing. I talk about buying now, selling, near top bull, right? Anything that happens in between is irrelevant, all right? I want to show you this chart in a second to show you why everything is looking so freaking good out there. First, I do want to tell you, once again, if Bitcoin now drops from 60 to 58, it's barely a drop, okay? It's barely something. But it's that psychological number, right? From 60 to 50, wah! Yeah, it's not that bad, man. It's really not that bad. And this is very normal, but we will get back to that. First thing I want to show you is another chart that shows you that everything is okay right now. That's the market cycle after Bitcoin hit the bottom. Okay, if we compare the purple line, is where we are right now, to the previous two cycles, you can see that we are basically right on track. Just even a little bit higher than where we were in the previous two cycles. So if you look at that, then you can see like, hey, you know, we were at 74K, but that was above the previous cycles. We were overbought for the stage of the market that we were in, right? So now if Bitcoin comes down to 56, whatever the number might exactly be, that's very normal. And it will be right on track with the previous two cycles. Now, price action and cycles matter more than news. That's what I've been saying for a long time. It does. It really does. Okay. Now, before I want to get into this chart, I want to show you something else, and that's the altcoin market. We are in a 4-year cycle. As long as the cycle is intact, I believe in the cycle being intact, because there were in previous cycles always people that said, yeah, but this time is going to be different because now we have this news. Again, news doesn't matter. And if it doesn't matter that much, then the price chart will be looking like that as well. But in this case, the price chart looks exactly like the previous cycles, okay? So anybody that ever said, well, this time is different, nobody has ever gotten rich from that. And I try to avoid that a lot. Now, what's funny to me is that if you look in August 2020, the altcoin market was sitting at this point, give or take, which was around 150% from, still had 150% to go towards the highs, right? If we now look at the altcoin market and we want to get to the highs, it's around 150%, man. It's not that different. We are not supposed to be higher, right? Here as well, we were sitting like very close to the all-time high. If you look at previous cycles, it was kind of like, we did not do that back then, right? And we didn't do that back in this cycle. Why would we do that now, right? And then people can give the excuse like, yeah, well, you know, Trump and ETFs and whatever. And then it turns out like, hey guys, thanks for playing. It's just a normal cycle once again. And we now go down, right? Because we were going too fast. And now everybody feels like, what the fuck? We're going down. How does crypto go down? Huh? Yeah, it does, right? Again, because news doesn't matter, okay? The 4-year cycle is 100% intact. I want to show you this right here. This is the chart that shows me like, wow, we have a good thing coming, right? And again, why this time isn't different? It doesn't make sense. If we look at the last cycle, I said this before, but I need to repeat this, because if you apply this time is not a different strategy, you're going to be fucking rich, right? Because everybody in the full history of crypto who thought that this time was different got wrecked because of that. Because not a single time was actually different. And we had some big events in crypto's existence, right? And the biggest event was COVID. Don't underestimate it, right? COVID was huge. At least the results were huge, right? Everybody was locked up, working from home. The complete monetary policy completely changed from it. The whole stock, everything was like fucking weird. The whole world shut down. And what did it do to the Bitcoin cycle? We had this wick and we got bought up and we just continued to what fuck we always do, right? And then we had to stop in May 2021 and we went down. People said, oh no, this time is different. And then the market was like, yeah, no, November, here you go, bye-bye. And then it was over. That was the 4-year cycle. So I just tried to use my common sense. Maybe it doesn't make sense, but if a worldwide freaking huge pandemic that changed everything, except for crypto, could not affect the cycle by a bit, what the fuck do we need to have to adjust this cycle? The whole world needs to blow up or something. I don't know. Right? This was huge, guys. This was really huge for the world. We all know that. And it didn't do anything to the market. To the 4-year cycle, at least. Look, what happens within the cycle, that's always different. Right? Here, we went down very hard. And we kind of went parabolic right after. Here we went down less harder. We went parabolic for a very short time, like very quick. We had a huge wick down and it was all over. And then we had a bull market. Here we went down, slowly sideways, good pump, all-time high before halving. Now we go down. At the end of the cycle, it won't be anything different, right? Also, if you look at this, we have our first halving. Around the halving, we had a 40% dump. We had a second halving, we had around a 38% dump. We had a third halving, including COVID, we had a 60% dump. If you exclude COVID, then we had a, what was it? 38% dump. So around 40, 40, 40. So far, we are around the halving, and we had a 32% dump. If anything, this is normal, right? And so far, this is even better than the other cycles. If we want to repeat what the other 3 cycles coincidentally all did, we have to go down towards 45K, right? Which happens to be a big support level, by the way. So, hey, who knows, right? If that happens, people will freak out, right? Because we're now sitting at 58. We were at 60 a couple of hours ago. If we go to 45K, you better believe that everybody's bearish and people say that it's over and this time is different. Well, that actually would make the cycle more the same, okay? Don't underestimate that. Don't do that. So everything is exactly the same. And if you count that in, then you can also look like, well, if everything is the same, right? Post-halving year, we get a parabolic run. Post-halving year, parabolic run. Post-halving year, parabolic run. Post-halving year, like everything is going to be exactly the same, but the parabolic run is somehow not going to happen. Come on. Come on. This is bullish. I see so many people in groups that I'm in saying like, yeah, this is the fucking worst bull run ever. And it's different this time. It's going to top out sooner. We're not going to get an alt season. Blah, 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 blah. How can you say that when everything is exactly the fucking same so far? Why? That would only suggest that also all these things are going to be the same, right? I'm not saying it will. Something can be different. But the more, we now go down and sideways and altcoins don't really perform well, etc., the more it looks like previous cycles where we all went parabolic after that. Remember that. Couple of interesting tweets right here. Miles says as well, always remember that the price leads narrative, not the other way around. It's just what it is, right? I don't need news. I really do not need news, right? Because you could have predicted this. You could have predicted this. You could have predicted what the news was going to be. Now it's something with Japan, right? But we could have predicted that somewhere in this area, we would have some negative news. Why? Well, around the halving, we had a 40% dump. That doesn't come without any news. 40% dump. 40% dump. So based on that, you could have said like, well, we're getting a 40% dump around the halving. So it means we have to get some bad news. Otherwise, it won't happen. What the news is going to be, I don't know, but it will come. And now we had that, or are in that dump. Hey, and Japan turns out to be the news. Right? It's so, that's how markets work, right? So yeah, that I thought that was quite funny actually. Somebody said, I'm all in, 0% cash, 100% altcoins. Look, I just, bookmarked some tweets which I thought were interesting for this video because it's not necessarily relevant, but I know for a fact that this account is just like cloud farming, right? But there are a lot of people that are actually all in altcoins. Don't. It's stupid. Okay, this is very stupid. Why? Because it's not the stage of the market where altcoins perform well. Look at the Bitcoin dominance, basically going more parabolic than your altcoins. So that's not so good for alts, right? So then you don't really want to be in alts, right? Like now, maybe you want to convert your Bitcoin to alts, maybe partly, a big part of it probably. But a lot of people were in alts all the way. And still, 100% in alts, it's degen. You're probably going to lose a lot, and maybe eventually you're going to win. But it's not the way to make money, right? Because by making money, you first have to not lose money. And by being all in altcoins, you simply lose money, right? And that's very simple. If you look at altcoins on the Bitcoin pair, for example, they're sitting at the lows. So what was the point of holding altcoins this whole cycle so far? If you have Bitcoin, you can now buy the lows. You haven't missed out on any freaking altcoin, right? Of course, exceptions there, but overall, the altcoin market, you haven't missed out on anything. So on altcoins, not so smart. Also, if you look at the altcoin market as it is right now on the dollar pair, you can just see we are in a downtrend, right? Altcoins are in a downtrend. It was sitting at the top, slightly lower, and now we are at the middle band of it. So the altcoin market is weakening at the moment. Therefore, the altcoins that I'm in are mostly, at least the altcoins that I'm buying right now are mostly high caps, AVAX, Beam, IMAX, whatever. Because they do have some good upside to come, right? But if the market sees another correction, which is not weird in the downtrend, right? Then I don't want to be in the 100x or zero moonshots because that's zero in that case, right? So be a little careful when it comes to altcoins. Wait for confirmation. Like I said in other videos, in this cycle, in a market cycle, you have 4 phases, right? Accumulation, uptrend, distribution, downtrend, and it starts all over again, right? If you zoom in a little bit, then you see that the short term, over the last half a year, basically, we are in a downtrend, right? So you do not want to buy right there, right? Because you do not know how far downtrend is going down. You can apply Fibonacci tool and look at trend lines, but all in all, you're catching a falling knife. Wait for the accumulation phase. If you are a little more longer term minded, then you can see like, hey, altcoins, they might bottom here, they might bottom here, they might bottom here. This might be the range for a while, whatever, fuck it, just DCAing, right? Never 100% all in. It's stupid. It's really stupid. Another dip is always possible, Coach K says, but this chart is looking tasty, don't you think too? Right? It's kind of the chart that I showed earlier as well, right? Except for the 800 days from top to breakout, but it's actually interesting that happens, right? You have the top, my head is in the way, but you have the top, 800 days later, you are in the parabolic phase, right? And it's kind of what we are approaching right now. And again, cycle behavior. In the middle of it, people always say now it's different because whatever the fucking reason might be, look at the cycle, look at the time, look at the charts. This is where we are, right? Might not happen today, this week, this month, but somewhere close, We are entering this phase, and it can turn around faster than you think. I mean, the sentiment is all your biggest enemy, right? Look, I mean, the sentiment is now bad, right? Sentiment is like, hey, quality alts don't matter. Should be in meme coins, but you're probably getting rocked with those as well. So the market is bad, 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 bad. The news is bad. Everything is bad. And at a certain point, there will be some good news, and the market turns around. And then you will notice that most people feel like, fuck, I wasn't there at the dips. But apparently it can turn around. Okay, whatever, let me go in, right? And you already want to be there when that happens, right? To get the most out of it. So never doubt what's actually going on, guys. This is also, somebody said, breaking. Sell signal has confirmed on the Bitcoin Fibonacci weekly chart. Right now, look, on the weekly, a sell signal, right? That's a huge time frame. Could suggest that you're going down for multiple months. And although that might be the case, this is more of a trader's thing, right? Because here as well, you had a sell signal, and Bitcoin basically went down from, I can probably read this, but 28K to 24K maybe. There was a nothing move, right? So that could be the same as now going down from, well, where was it? 64K, where the sell signal happened, to 56 or so, right? But a lot of people read these charts and be like, fuck, the cycle is over, right? I should sell everything. That's not what you should do. And I hope that that's not what he meant as well, what he means as well. But you never know. You never know. But be a little careful with that, I would say. Murat says, today only 7 meme coins are among the top 100 cryptocurrencies. This cycle, the number will go from 7 to 25. I have to heavily disagree with that, though. Because that's also narratives in crypto, they shift, right? The narrative was a long time gaming, AI, launchpads, RWA, and it will still be though, because these are the sustainable narratives. But now the market is going down, right? And people are, they don't make money now from investing, right? They're not making money right now. So people feel like, fuck it, then let me gamble. And then they go into meme coins. That's why meme coins are so popular right now, in my opinion. Right? The market is going down and people feel like, okay, whatever, if I'm not making money with quality stuff, then I'm going to gamble in the meme coin space. But that's not sustainable for the complete cycle. I remember last cycle, we had our meme craze too. Definitely. I remember you had coins like Rocket, all these weird coins. And they were sitting at $50 million market caps. All these bullshit coins created. And they were going hard, right? There was also a period in crypto, right? But nevertheless, normal altcoins, to put it like that, they still ran, right? I don't know if that Rocket is still a thing now, but that's a good example. Yeah, look at this. Rocket, right? As you can see, it was really the beginning, but from April 2021 until May, basically, it had a crazy run. And April, May 2021 was basically the moment where altcoins or these kind of shit coins were doing super well. Everybody was into meme coins and the normal altcoins. People felt like, nah, let's not talk about it. Well, actually, if you look at April, May 2021, which was here, you can see, right? Like Solana, for example, it was in this period of going down right here from like, I don't know, $50 to 25 or so. Meme coins took over right there. But it was for a bit. And then you got the second leg of the cycle where Solana ran from like, well, the wick low $19 to $260. These are like temporary things. Meme coins are not sustainable. Some are, of course, some are. It's not that they will all go away. But it's not like, oh, this time is different. It's a meme coin super cycle right now. No, it feels like that because you're in the middle of it. But if you zoom out and use your brain and look what happened before, it never stays like that. It never stays like that. Kyle, for Paid Network, He says people think that we have topped out and that things are over for a while. This might not be the case though. This might be a trap. Here's why. We are one fat pivot away from money printing. We are less than 3 months away from the elections. Even if war broke out, war have been good for economies. Institutions like BlackRock have accumulated more than $20 billion worth of Bitcoin already. They've tried to kill crypto, but they couldn't. So they adopted it instead. That sentence is so fucking true. Bitcoin, bad. No, no crypto, no nothing. And now who shows up at the Bitcoin conference? Presidential elections. Candidates. I mean, crazy, right? Yeah. Don't believe the headlines. Don't buy into the fear. The market is in a lull and we are far from finished. We go higher. And that lull is usually what happens during the summer months, though. What the reason for that might be people are on vacation, they're not looking too much at the market or whatever. I don't know. If you look at July right here in the last cycle, yeah, down hard, right? If you look at June, July, right here, it was also the summer period, also going down. And then end of the year, it's usually a better time, right? But it's not over once things feel that they are over. Once things feel that they are over, it's usually the best time to buy. And I don't want a community full of people who are doubting that this will turn out to be good, right? It's not a certainty, but I'm pretty fucking sure that everything will be okay. Sensei, a little too bullish right here again, but again, cloud farming, of course. Time for the biggest bull run ever. It's the biggest bullshit ever, of course. I am super optimistic about crypto and Bitcoin in general, and I think we will go way higher. But I can also tell you, let's keep it a little realistic. It's not going to be the biggest bull run ever. Matter of fact, the chance is likely that this is going to be the smallest bull run ever. Why do I say that? I don't know what he defines as bull run, but if you take this last cycle from the bottom to the top, Bitcoin did 2,050%, right? That was the smallest so far. So if we at least have to do that, then Bitcoin will be sitting at 335K this cycle. Yeah, not impossible. That could happen, but, are we going much higher than that? Hell no. I mean, look at this bull market, right? Bitcoin went from $160 to 20K. And you're going to tell me that this bull market is going to be bigger than that? Shut up, man. You're weird, right? So don't be too bullish. Don't get trapped into the fact whoa, everything is going to go really freaking crazy. And if I put in $100 right now, I'm getting 5 million out of it easy, right? It's not like that. Okay? It's not going to be like that. Diddy is saying exactly what I've been saying for a long time. Shout out, man. I really need you to have an interview on the channel, by the way. I love this guy. While Trump is indeed more Bitcoin friendly, it is completely irrelevant. Zoom out. Bitcoin will continue to go up regardless of who's president. No one can stop it, right? And that's, I saw this tweet as well. Now, it was in my head. I was like, bullshit, but Diddy tweeted it. Trump wins, Kamala wins. Also, nonsense. Don't focus on the elections too much, right? It's another yet a good narrative, but it's not like that it matters, right? Look, it's the 4-year cycle is the thing, right? The 4-year cycle is just a thing since it began. It's not that Kamala can fuck up that whole cycle on their own, right? That's no way that's going to happen. Plus, I don't know, 4 years ago, there were also elections, which was over here, right? And after Joe Biden got elected, look what happened. Fucking parabolic. It's not that Joe Biden was so bullish or well-spoken about crypto, right? It's just a cycle. It's just a cycle, man. People rely too much on Trump. They now see Trump as their big hero. Let me tell you this, it definitely helps, like Diddy says, but we definitely don't need it. We do fine without Trump. Come on, shut up, man. If Bitcoin would still go back down to 57K, which we kind of already did, it would truly be a gift. And it was. It would, man. I mean, he tweeted this, and now a day later, it kind of happened, right? If we look at where we are right now, let me put Bitcoin on the daily right here. Yeah, we kind of got there almost, right? Bitcoin is in this, like, if you draw this out, right? We are now at the moment, this whole range right here between, it's a big range, but between 51 and let's say 60K looks like an area that wants to hold. However, don't get it mistaken, right? We do see some weakness. We see a low, we see a low, low, we see a low, low, we see a low, low. So based on that trend, hey, it is definitely possible to see a low, low, right? It's really possible. But at a certain point, such a trend has to be broken. And it might be that we are going to do that right now. I don't know. We also see lower highs. We just put in a way lower high. So the market is really weak at the moment. But that's a huge opportunity, guys. It's really a huge opportunity. Okay. If you understand the cycle, if you understand where we are in the 4-year cycle, like I showed you with this, after the halvings, right? Let me pop it back on again. After the halvings, look what happens. We go parabolic. After every halving, after we had such a drop, and this drop, by the way, was the final opportunity to buy, right? You can see it in the chart. We went parabolic after every halving. But now, if you want to put narratives on it, we have ETFs. We got pro-crypto presidential candidates, right? We have potential QE coming. We have money printing coming. And now we are not gonna go up? What? It makes zero sense. Makes zero sense. Come on, man. Come on. It's obvious. It's really obvious that this is gonna work out. Same tweet. So I don't know. I am super freaking bullish on Bitcoin, especially on Bitcoin, by the way, especially for like long term. Altcoins, I think altcoins are gonna have a great run, but I can tell you, at the end of the cycle, I'm gonna sell all my altcoins with a big fucking smile on my face, as you should, right? You should never hold on to them, never, of course not, right? Because in the bear market, you already see what happens in this stage of the market, right? In mid-bull, where we have these big corrections, altcoins get washed out for 80-90%. In a bear market, you could, like, I have seen my coins go last bear market from $5,000 to $5. I don't want to be there when it happens. Of course not. So I'm selling all my altcoins. And I will keep DCAing Bitcoin. Bull market, bear market, I don't give a fuck. Because that's going to be my retirement money. Right? And of course, I'm going to DCA heavier at the lows than the highs. I think for the long term, to really make it, just buy Bitcoin, man. It's easy. So guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the Patreon below if you want to join the quality exclusive FOMO fam with exclusive videos, my portfolio updates, private sales, which are coming once the market turns around because I don't want to offer them right now. A lot of interesting stuff, influencer wallet trackers, do check it out. That's everything for today, man. We gonna make it, and I hope to take at least a couple of you guys with me. This is our opportunity, man. Bye.